What's up, everybody? Today I'm gonna be making a beanless, keto, paleo chili recipe. Chili is one of my favorite recipes to make in the fall. It's great for late season camping trips or game day. This is a very meat-centric, meat-forward chili, and so I'm gonna be using chuck steak, like a chuck roast, in lieu of ground beef. A lot of chili recipes use ground beef, but today I'm going to be using the chuck roast. And so I'm just gonna start with 2 pounds of chuck roast. I'm gonna cut that into bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna pat it dry and season it with salt and pepper. And we're gonna be cooking this just on our stovetop. You're gonna wanna use a heavy pot, something like a Dutch oven, or you could use a cast iron pan, but you wanna make sure it's decently tall enough or else you're gonna splatter everywhere. But I'm using this Dutch oven, and I'm gonna first brown my meat, so I'm just gonna turn up the heat to high and throw in a few tablespoons of avocado oil. And then I'm gonna throw in my chuck steak. I'm going to cook it until it's brown on all sides. Once my meat is nice and brown, I'm gonna throw in 1 diced yellow onion, a diced green pepper, a diced red pepper. I'm gonna stir that all together to combine, let the onions cook a little bit. Then I'm gonna add 1 minced up jalapeno, a tablespoon of minced garlic. Next, I'm gonna add the secret ingredient, which is Primal Kitchen spicy ketchup. Tomato paste is a common ingredient in a lot of chili recipes. One thing I like to do in a lot of recipes is sub tomato paste for Primal Kitchen's ketchup. It adds just a little bit of that something extra, a little bit of sweetness. This is also gonna add a little bit of spice. So I'm just gonna pour in about 1/3 cup of spicy ketchup. And then a can of diced tomatoes, 2 cups of beef bone broth. Today I've just got store-bought beef bone broth, so I'm gonna also add in 2 tablespoons of gelatin, sort of mimic a really gelatinous homemade bone broth. This is sort of a hack that I often do. Then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to mix that together, bring it to a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer and cover. And I like to simmer it covered for about 2 hours. I found is about what it takes to get the chuck steak really nice and soft and tender. If you were short on time, I would recommend using ground beef instead, and you would just cook the chili quicker, cook off that liquid at a higher temperature. But if you have the time, I like to simmer this covered for about 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, you're gonna remove the lid, turn up the heat to reduce all the liquid. This might take about another hour or so until all that liquid is cooked out. Once it's getting close to being done, the last secret ingredient I like to add is a little bit of 85% or above dark chocolate. I'm just gonna add a couple squares. You could add more if you want more of a mole chili. I just like a little hint of that dark chocolate mole taste, and I'm going to mix that around, and that is looking and smelling delicious. Look at all that meat. I can't wait to try this. It smells really good. Meat is nice and soft and tender. A little bit of spice, but not too much spice. If you wanted this to be spicier, you could add, a can of chipotle peppers or an extra jalapeno. I'm gonna be eating this with my kids, so I don't want it too spicy. But if you want to pick up the Primal Kitchen spicy ketchup, or any Primal Kitchen product for that matter, you can get them all at primalkitchen.com. If you use the code HELLO20, you can get 20% off your entire order. Just a little thank you for checking out our channel here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.